Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk. I am your host Boyze, and this is State of the Universe, where we look at some of the biggest news hitting the world of wrestling and I give my opinion on the matter. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're new, why don't you like, subscribe and press that bell so you can keep up to date with all the awesome content we make here at Smack Talk Wrestling. Now that's all said and done, let's get straight on with it. Let's hit the music. Let's start off with some news from over here. So, according to reports, WWE officials are not happy with NXT UK champion Walter and independent star David Starr. Pretty much, it started off with a OTT wrestling show with David Starr and Walter making a call for Starr to stop on the NXT United Kingdom Championship. Obviously, this got WWE officials annoyed. At first, it was believed that WWE had signed off on the stunt, but according to the Observer, they didn't know anything about it, and the actual call was made by Walter and Starr. Very little of the OTT wrestling management and that lot knew about the stunt until it happened. Now, this has taken a big backlash from quite a few of the NXT UK stars, especially Pete Dunne, who went onto social media absolutely annoyed with David Starr's action. David Starr, who's been very anti NXT UK on social media and very much focusing on the independent scene, has again, this has caused Pete Dunne to go out on social media and some others. This is quite interesting. If you don't know the story between Walter and David Starr, it's actually really interesting. Walter was the OTT champion for such a long time. David Starr was like #1 contender for a long time. Babyface while Walter was heel. Starr tried and tried. I think he had over 20 attempts to win the title off Walter, just couldn't beat him. His best friend and partner, Jordan Devlin, got close to beating Walter. David Starr's jealousy got involved and cost Devlin the match. They feuded for a while, and then Jordan Devlin finally won the OTT championship off Walter. Obviously, David Starr became #1 contender, but he had to beat Walter thanks to Jordan Devlin saying, if you want to beat me, you have to beat the man I beat. And that was Walter, and that's what led to this match. Now, for me personally, I can see why WWE are annoyed. Obviously, the NXT United Kingdom Championship is their big belt over here, and they want it to seem as prestigious as any other belt over in the United Kingdom. But the thing is, UK has a huge independent scene, and I can see why they would use it as a great pop, and it, according to a lot of people who were there live, it got a huge pop, so I can't really blame them for making that stunt. Now, if I was Triple H, would I be bothered? Not really. It gets eyes on the segment, it gets people talking about it, and let's be honest, if people are talking about your championship, then in some way it's, you know, a good thing, because it means what will happen to Walter. You know, these are questions people are going to ask. For me, I can understand why Pete Dunne's annoyed. He carried that championship for over nearly 2 years. So the guy, you know, he is, for him, in his own opinion, is Mr. NXT UK. So I can see why Pete Dunne was annoyed. For me, it's a harmless stunt. You know, the championship, if it's used properly, it's a prop. That's what a championship is, and if they did it perfectly, which they did, it makes great heat. So for me, no, there's no comments. Next up, news coming from WWE is Gallows and Anderson have extended their contract with WWE. This is being reported on the Wrestling Observer newsletter, stating they have, or they're in the middle of re-signing a 5-year deal with WWE. Now, this is quite interesting. Obviously, Gallows and Anderson are now rejoined up with AJ Styles, who's turned heel only this week on Raw. So, them attacking Ricochet, they're going to be put into some interesting feuds. It will be interesting to see where Gallows and Anderson go. Hopefully, we can get a great build-up. You know, some last time when they formed the Gallows and Anderson and AJ Styles faction on WWE, for me, it seemed like brilliant, perfect booking. You know, they did a fantastic job in New Japan as, you know, the original Bullet Club, and now it just fell apart. WWE just couldn't keep it going. They just didn't know what to do with them, and they just got stuck in a very limbo state in the tag team division. For me, they were one of my favorite tag teams, and they never got used. So this is quite interesting. I know I'm super excited that Gallows and Anderson have re-signed, or in the process of re-signing with WWE. Rumors, you know, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, it was Paul Heyman's idea to reform the club, but according to a lot of reports, the AJ Styles and the club, AJ Styles heel turn and club reunion was actually in the plans before Paul Heyman had taken over as exclusive director. But for me, it's exciting news, and you know, let's just hope WWE give them enough to do. You know, give them, you know, let them have another title shot, because I think Gallows and Anderson could up the Raw tag team division if pushed properly. Allow them to be proper heels, unlike last time when they were heels and calling people nerds. That doesn't work. Let them be proper heels. And now it seems like we're going out of the PG era and going more into a PG-13 era. Let them swear, let them curse, let them beat the crap out of people backstage. Just let them do that. But for me, I'm super excited about Gallows and Anderson staying with WWE. Now news going to AEW. Now AEW had their Fyter Fest pay-per-view. It was an interesting pay-per-view. I did watch quite a bit of it. I still have some more to watch because I was working. That was the only problem. I was working and I had to pay for it. But it was actually interesting. The numbers came out from the event, and according to BR Live, there were 140 people average minute rating, you know, watching the pay-per-view. Now the Wrestling Observer radio said that 4,200 paid fans, and with a total of 5,000 fans in the building. I was one of those 4,200 fans who paid for it. Dave Meltzer also replied that 350,000 people in total, not counting people twice, checked in at some point on the live stream. Obviously, it was free in the States. Over here, we did have to pay, but it is quite. Those are bloody impressive numbers, guys. If you're a wrestling fan, that is hell. That WWE A grade pay-per-views don't even get those type of numbers. So, you know, that's absolutely brilliant. This just shows, even with like Fyter Fest, which isn't seen as one of, let's be honest, it's not going to be seen as AEW's one of their flagship pay-per-views, are still getting bloody good numbers, and that's got to give everyone in AEW that, you know, excitement that we've got something, we're on the post. Now I saw the chair shot and I've seen the comments on there. I am going to give my thoughts on that now because I never got a chance to. I don't agree with chair shots. Unprotected chair shots they're not needed. If you want to see that, cool, good on you, power to you. But I don't want to see I don't want to see all my wrestlers get absolutely destroyed. Now, I'm a supporter of ICW. They have some hell of a dangerous matches in their shows, but you know, chair shot and unprotected headshots are very rare in the world of wrestling now, and I'm still not a fan of them. I wasn't really a fan of them when I was a kid, so seeing them come back in this, you know, which is supposed to be the #2 promotion in the world right now, it just, for me, was just uncomfortable. But those numbers, that is impressive. I'm really impressed with AEW and their ability to get the crowd excited and use the hype perfectly. So yeah, super excited. That's great numbers. Sticking with AEW, reports coming from eWrestling News. They're reporting, according to Raja.com, Jon Moxley's contract has an opt-out clause, giving him the option to leave the company after a year. Now, obviously, there's always rumours and speculations about wrestlers' contracts, especially ones for AEW and WWE, mainly because those are big talking points. But do I think this one's real? I don't know. I can't see him giving Moxley a multi-million-year contract and then going, by the way, you can leave in a year. I just can't see it. Unless he has a buyout clause in his contract, which, like footballers over here have, where they can buy out their contract in the last year. Does Moxley have that in his? Maybe, but I just can't see him. I thought I was reading reports he had a 5-year contract, so having it that he can opt out after the first year is very interesting. Do I think this is true? I can't say. I can't see Moxley leaving in a year. That's one thing. He's one of the biggest superstars at AEW, and there's always going to be rumours and speculations about wrestlers' contracts. But I did think it was quite interesting that people were reporting about this. So I did want to talk about it quickly, but I just really can't see it happening. And if it is, who knows? We don't get any information as fans about superstars' contracts, but why would we? We're the fans. We're supposed to just watch them and see where they turn up. So for me, yeah, if Moxley goes back to WWE in a year, awesome, good power to him if he wants that. But seeing as you see his interviews, you see all the ways talk about how much better it is at AEW, I just can't see the guy leaving in a year. So for me, I just find this a bit fishy, if you understand what I mean. Now, I'm going to call this part of the show the social media segment, because it's pretty much all Twitter related. So wrestlers on Twitter, really. First one we're going to look at is Rock's response to Bray Wyatt. So if you don't know about this, Bray Wyatt sent a tweet to The Rock a couple of weeks ago. And I'll read it out because Bray Wyatt's just brilliant. I love the character Bray Wyatt is playing. Dear The Rock, I want you to know I forgive you for exploiting my love for frozen pizza pockets in front of the world, the largest wrestling crowd. Well, through therapy and the Muscle Man Dance trademark, I'm all better now. P.S. Jumanji was hot. Bray Wyatt, I love that. And then obviously you had The Rock's response only yesterday. So, dear Bray, I'm pleased to hear therapy has been successful. Frozen pizza pockets vulnerability is not easy to expose. You're a better man for it, and I'm proud of you. And yes, you will love the new Jumanji this Christmas. P.S. You're batshit crazy, and I love you, and I love it. Yeah, just brilliant. It's what more do you want? The Rock is awesome. It's great banter between two guys. Bray Wyatt is one of the hottest things on WWE right now. I want to see him back on TV at some point because I'm missing my, Firefly Funhouse. I want to join him. I want to join the Fireflies again. But awesome response from The Rock. Awesome tweet from Bray Wyatt, and it's just, it is fun. It's great little banter, and you know that both guys are just there laughing their asses off, sending these type of tweets. So for me, as a fan, when you get content like this, you get this little bit of extra stuff, and it's just so much fun. It just is. So, bravo to Bray Wyatt, bravo to The Rock. Last but not least, we're going to have an update from last week's big news, and it was Seth Rollins and Will Ospreay, because we've had developments on their little Twitter exchanges. And, I'm going to give Seth Rollins some credit. Seth sent a tweet after, and I'm going to read it. I am terrible at these readings, so I do apologise. After a few days to sit on it, I'd like to apologise to Will Ospreay for the tweet I sent his way about comparing bank accounts. It was dumb of me, and it's not in line with my values. The moment I pressed the send button, I knew it was trash, but I'm too stubborn for my own good. good on Seth. At least he swallowed his pride and he went, you know what, even I know that was a dick move and I apologise. Ospreay obviously replied and, you know, in Ospreay's fashion, loved it. Apology accepted, just buy me a Nando's. Honestly, nothing but respect for you, sir. Just a bit of banter in my mind. I followed your career since you were Tyler Black. I know it's not all the money, it's about the love. Keep flying the flag, having fun. Both guys, you know, both men just going, yeah, we're man enough to apologise to each other. Here's our responses. You know, Seth got a lot of crap thrown at him when he started talking about paychecks and stuff to Will Ospreay, and I'm glad that he went back and said, look, I'm sorry, it's just not me, I'm too stubborn for my good. That's awesome. Ospreay, obviously, get him a cheeky Nando's, guys, come on. They should give him that black card. If you hear the Edge and Christian Pod of Awesomeness where Ospreay was the guest on it, he couldn't get his black card. Let's get him a black card, people. Everyone in the UK should tweet out to Nando's and say, look, give Will a black card. Hell, give me a black card. I'll take it. But yeah, this is awesome. Fantastic to see that they patched things up. Like Ospreay said, he checked out beforehand to make sure Seth wasn't annoyed with him, and apparently Seth had, you know, just nothing but respect. So it's cool that they've shown it on social media. But that is bloody awesome. Cool. And that ends the, you know, the social media news. And there you go, guys. That is the state of the universe. We've got some, you know, we've got some interesting heat from WWE. We've got interesting numbers, fantastic numbers from AEW. And Bray Wyatt is crushing the internet with The Rock, and Seth Rollins and Will Ospreay are gentlemen till the bloody end. But what did you guys think? Leave it in the comments below, and like I said at the start of this video, guys, why don't you like, subscribe and press that bell to keep notified so you can keep up with all this awesome content. If you want to follow the channel on the old Twitter, it's at SmackTalk YouTube. That's a U and a tube. And if you want to follow me on the old Twitter, it's at Boyze88. And I'll see you guys next time on SmackTalk Wrestling News.